Hi everyone, and welcome back to your weekly fix of Fantasy Premier League updates. This is episode 5, and in this episode, we're going to discuss my game week 5 performance and what are the changes I'm planning ahead. So, let's get straight to it. As you can see on my screen, this is the team that I put out for game week 5. I I had a doubt between what how many defenders that I should be playing, and I actually decided for 4, and which eventually backfired on me. I should have played Romain Saez from Wolves, but eventually I decided with Lamptey and Mitchell because I was expecting a nil-nil draw between Brighton and Crystal Palace. Definitely from Crystal Palace because they're a very narrow team, and I was expecting them to keep a clean sheet, but actually that did not happen, and Brighton did score in the last minute of the game. So that was really disappointing. And even the penalty that was given against Brighton, that was a very, very harsh penalty. So again, they robbed me of a clean sheet for Brighton. So that is where I lost points. Even against Leicester City and Aston Villa, Barkley scored in the very last minute. So again, it was very, very disappointing for me. And Van Dijk, as you all know, Pickford made a horrendous challenge, and that led to Van Dijk going off the pitch, and eventually he'll be out for the season. That is what the expectation is. So yeah, that overall the defense was really, really bad, got me no points, and I had to do my decision making before the week. Pickford again was not that great. He just had a lot of saves and got me 3 points. And I was pretty happy with that because I was not expecting him to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool. So no complaints on that part, but definitely the defense was really bad. And I think I need to uh, I'll probably go ahead and keep a 3-4-3 formation going ahead. And with Van Dijk going out, I am not expecting a price drop in Van Dijk because right now he's 6.5 and nobody would be straight away either getting rid of him because definitely people would be having plans to get some other player in. So I'm not expecting a price drop, but yeah, definitely he's someone who will go out in the next or week or the next to next week. So that is something that I'm planning to change. So do let me know what are the options that you think that I should opt for. Right now, I'm thinking of a very cheap defender. Wolves played a very compact game yesterday against Leeds United, who's one of the most attacking teams, and I was expecting Leeds to at least get a goal against Wolves, but they somehow prevented that. And Kilman, who's a 4 million defender, I think his price uh, has raised to 4.1, I think, but that is someone I'm looking at to bank up all the money from Van Dijk. That would give me around 2.5 or 2.4 millions to invest somewhere else. So that is one of the things that I'm looking at. But again, with 4 million defenders, you never know, someone can replace them and they'll never start. So that is again a point of worry. So do let me know what are the defenders, cheap defenders from 4.0 to 4.5 that I can look at, and I'll definitely see if I can get them in. And midfield was okay, barring Mahrez, which again he was very disappointing. But overall, with in Manchester City, with no Kevin De Bruyne, the overall creativity has gone down. So the team kept a clean sheet, and I got 3 points. So no complaints, but I think this is where somewhere I lost. My overall points for this particular week was 59, and but my like other competitors or other FPL managers who did score was in this particular position only. They either had Bruno Fernandes or Rashford or Sterling in the fourth midfielder slot, and they got points for that. So that is somewhere I lost, and I think I'll probably change Mahrez if he does not perform in the next week. I'll probably change him in the next to next week. Rodriguez got me 4 points. I think he got assist, but he also got a yellow card, so that was unfortunate. But that was inevitable with the kind of back tracking back he was doing, because he's not good defensively. We all know that. And on that flank, Robertson and Mane caused havoc. So he had to like defend as well, but he's not good at that. So eventually he got a yellow card, and like, that cost me a point. But I think Rodriguez is someone who's in a lot of teams. Then Salah, Mr. Dependable, and probably would be the go-to guy for captaincy next week against Sheffield United, unless there's an injury in the Champions League or something like that, or a COVID result. He would be the go-to captain next week, and he got 7 points with a goal. And then Son got me, who was my captain, got me my first, I think my second good captaincy choice after game week 1, and he got me a haul of 26 points with the captain. Then Jimenez performed like as usual. I was expecting a goal. He did get one, although he was a bit lucky in not getting a red card, as well as the goal was a big deflection. But like can't complain. He got my points. And Bamford, I was a bit disappointed. He got into good positions. It's just that Wolves had a very good defensive night yesterday, and that is where I feel like Leeds lost somewhere. So he got into good positions. I'll definitely keep him for next couple of weeks. I'll not replace him, but yes, he did disappoint me. Then coming back to the changes, I next week there's I needed to replace Mitrovic with Calvert-Lewin, so that is something that is still crossing my mind whether I should do that or not, or I should go uh, replace Van Dijk because he'll anyway not play for the rest of the season and get a defender who'll get me points. But the biggest place where I lost was Harry Kane. He was the deciding factor in this particular game week. He got 16 points, and a lot of the managers who had him made him captain and earned a lot of points. So that was like if you made him the captain, you got 32 points, and many of them triple captain him as well. And till game week 8, that is for the next 3 game weeks, Tottenham has a decent run of fixtures, and especially in game week 8, I would suggest having both Son and Kane because it's against West Bromwich Albion, which is the weakest defensive side in the Premier League, and hopefully they'll get some points. And he's a direct placeholder for Sergio Aguero. So Aguero is back in a game or two. He'll probably be up to speed. And with Kevin De Bruyne, we'll have to see when Kevin De Bruyne comes back. And if he comes back, the creativity factor would increase, and he would get a choice. So if you can get Harry Kane somehow in, even with a hit, I would say go ahead, get him in at least for the next 3 game weeks. I am personally, I'll not go for him because my first target is Calvert Lewin, who's a really good player in real good form, and he's scoring against every opposition. So the biggest test was against Liverpool, right? And he got a goal against them. So we can expect at least he'll get 6 to 7 points every game week, which is a very consistent performance. And with Rodriguez providing him, he'll definitely, and the way he heads the ball right now, there's no better like header of the ball in the Premier League right now, no attacker. So that is something a real plus with Luca Dine coming in from the left and giving wonderful crosses, wonderful service. He's bound to get chances and he's bound to get goals. So my next target would be to get him in as well. Tottenham has a relatively tough fixture against Burnley next, and that too at Burnley's home. Because earlier in the seasons, Burnley's defense was not that great, but now since James Tarkowski is back, we and Nick Pope has always been there. We definitely can't expect Kane and Son to score every single match. So that is my reasoning of not getting Kane in this week, but I'll definitely try to get him maybe in game week 7 for 2 game weeks at least, because after that Tottenham is playing against Arsenal, Chelsea, United, and Liverpool. So that run of fixtures would be really tough, and having two Tottenham players might not be the best of ideas. So let's see what the game holds, because now Europa League and Champions League would also come in. People would travel, they might get injuries, there would be COVID results, late fitness reports. So all this you'll have to take care of. And My personal advice would be like make the changes as late as possible. Like I would say keep a lookout of all the injury reports, team news, and make the change on Saturday maybe or Friday late night, right? So I'll definitely have a video on Thursday night or Friday morning with the updates of UEFA Champions League and Europa League, and propose that we'll probably make a decision on who to get him and who to get out. But yes, if you don't have Calvert Lewin, get him in because Everton does not have additional fixtures like the rest of the Premier League top Premier League teams do, right? So I'd go for that. So that was the video, guys, and in case you have any comments and any players that you want to review in the next video, do drop a comment and I'll make sure that I'll review the fixtures, I'll review the stats for the player and give you an proper update. So that was the video. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe, and thank you for your support, guys. Have a good one.